What's your trading plan going into 2024? Well, watch today's session. We're going to talk about that, plus how these amazing indexes keep climbing, climbing, climbing. Don't miss out. Let's go. Just a reminder that the disclaimer is there. All materials we do present are for trading purposes. Traders should always pay per trade any new method prior to the risk of their own personal capital. Past performance is not an indication or promise of future performance. So let's go ahead and get going. So let's go ahead and jump over here to the spiders. We're going to go in a little bit different order. On the spiders, as you see, we've basically broken above this level of resistance. I want to go back though, and since we're approaching the end of the month, let's take a look at the monthlies to see what that's showing us. And as you see on the monthlies, the S&P or the spider still has that level of resistance to go up there. I'll go ahead and draw that in as a hard line. And what does that tell us? That tells us that there's still a little bit to go before it does do a final breakout, but we're getting darn close to that, hitting that level. Now, as David said earlier, I would look at some kind of a pullback from now on to the end of the year. It may just drive sideways. Ideally, I would like to see it do this. I would like to see it basically pull back to this level of support right there, about just above the 461 level, and then put in a new low there, put in a nice flag, and then rebound from there. You'll often see that with our stocks and ETFs, is that you get a pullback to basically take the momentum pressure off, because something can't stay under momentum all the time. And so that reduces the momentum. It's a very strong sign if what we see here, it just goes in a horizontal flag. That is an exceptionally strong indication that a bullish move is going to continue from there. And then once we hit the breakout, remember, the S&P will then be in blue sky territory. Let's look at the Russell. I really like the Russell going into 2025. I'm of support due to the gap up. And the way to interpret that is the middle section of that gap is the strongest level of support. But then it has also support at the top of the gap and the bottom of the gap right there. So it wouldn't be surprising to see it pull back into that area. At about 196 to 197, go ahead and lay in an alert. If you get pulled back into that and then wait for the reversal signal, that would be an excellent opportunity. Again, looking for a flag, maybe a downward sloping flag or a horizontal flag. Horizontal flag is actually going to be indication of a stronger bull market continuing on from there. So again, as usual, I'd be looking at trading TNA. Similar type situation on TNA. It has broken out its downtrend line. Had a great question this past weekend, Neil, that asked the question, why is like TNA and some of the other leveraged ETFs different than the non-leveraged ETFs or the indexes themselves? As you can see, TNA wasn't even quite back to this peak here. And the reason for that is because every day the company, like in this case, it is on TNA, the company that owns that is who? Direxion. So Direxion has to basically buy and sell futures, options, and all that kind of stuff to meet the requirement of having a 3 times the daily move. And because of that, there is an expense associated with the buying and selling of those futures and options. And that's one of the reasons why the individual leverage ETFs have a slightly different picture technically. And also one of the reasons why I always suggest go back to the non-leverage ETFs to do your actual really pure technical analysis. On the Qs look like they basically are really struggling to break out from their level. They just poke their head above the high for the last year, so they did make a new high. However, I'd be looking for a pullback. Where to? Oh gosh, it could be anywhere inside of that box. So I would say I would look at 404 to put an alert on the Qs. Neil, that's basically what I've got going on. So any questions or any thoughts about the indexes?
No, my indicators are showing all in green, and that is the weekly and daily triple screen signals are on.
Okay.
So it's everything's looking good, and some pullback probably will happen, as you say.
Yeah. And again, one of the things, and I'm going to roll over here to the just the monthlies really quickly. And this is why, and this is one of the reasons, I hope this comes out. This is one of the reasons why I am very optimistic about what's going on. As you can see, we have broken above the high from back in 2021. So the NASDAQ is also moving into high, into a blue sky territory. But just look at the monthly indicators. They're pointing up, looking like, hey, we're going to continue to roll up. Also note on the market forecast over here, once it crosses the bottom line or starts turning back up, it can get above the 80 line and then run up there for months at a time as it runs on up on its bullish move. And so these are monthly, and that's very impressive. And it looks like, we're not absolutely sure, but it looks like we're moving into what's called a power trend, which would be very interesting and also very good for each one of our portfolios. So here's where I'm sitting. I'm invested about 40% of my potential capital right now, and we had some really great winners over the last little bit. As you can see, I'm up to 43% for the year. I've hit my target. I always have the question going into the last week of the year. Now that I've hit my target, do I bail out and just say, hey, cash out and just walk into the end of the year with hitting my target? And the answer to that is no. I'm a trader. I don't do that kind of things. I just want to just take a real quick moment to highlight something special. Of course, that's my book, The Trade Your Way to Freedom. It's receiving just some wonderful 5-star reviews and some wonderful write-ups, and I really appreciate everybody who's checked it out. If you're looking for a great Christmas gift and or a gift for the trader in your life, you can jump on that, and I'll put the links down in the description. So if you did find today's lesson valuable, I encourage you to watch this playlist that'll pop up here shortly, and it'll further enhance your trading knowledge. Join our community of traders who are on the path to financial and lifestyle freedom. And as I like to say, you've got what it takes, and we are here to, guide you.